From a mastery perspective, focus is really quite important. And so there's an acronym that someone said at one point for focus, and it's follow one course until successful. Follow one course until successful. And I really like that. That being said, for me, I found that there were some nuances with that. And it's just like, well, what if I change that course? What if that course doesn't want to be that course and da 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 da? But then I want to do this and then I want to do that and that. Well, that might be part of the focus. So that the question is within focus, follow one course until successful. Success may be that you're not there to actually complete that. That is, complete it in the way that it requires completion, whether it's closing on that aspect, closing the book on it, setting a timeline of actually, I'm going to pick this up in 2 months' time. And in 2 months' time, add something to your calendar to say, I'm going to pick it up. So then you're not actually asking for your mind and your memory to remember it, and you're not cluttering it. And so focus as well from that point of view is really important to, like, so that you're not cluttering your mind with things that you got to remember that are things that you said that you were going to do and you haven't done, and things like that. The gonna do, and yeah, I won't go into that right now because I can easily go off on a tangent and therefore not follow one course until successful, right? So it's pulling self back in, calling all of yourself back inside of your skin. We've done this numerous times. Bringing your energy back to self, bringing your breath back to self so that the breath is full. If you're breathing life into this project over here, bring your breath back to self, because it's from self, from your inner focus, from your inner strength, that project there will have the pulse beat of life. You see, if we're intertwined in that project, which is outside of us, it takes our stores away, our energy. And there's a time and place to bring that project inside and breathe it life from within. But there's a time and place to place it there and watch it and allow it to grow and allow it to become. So when it comes to focus, master your focus. Does your focus in this moment follow one course until successful? Is it required to just be really, like, action focused? For example, getting things done, for example, preparing the home and clearing the home and completing that aspect. Is that the focus? Is that the core thing? But then what will actually happen when that core thing has got momentum? It will have a natural life of its own where it will just be done, even though actions still are required on it. And from that point, the focus becomes the knowing of the doneness, the sensing of, oh, it's done, it's complete, this is the energetic that it is at now. And then from that point, it's come back to self. Focus on self. What are your now needs now that that aspect has its life of its own? The other aspect with focus is, what are the things that are drawing your focus away from that one cause? What actions or what things can be done in order to set that up for success? So for myself this morning, I like we've got a number of things to get done. We're going away, we're going camping and things like, which is great. I received a message from a client last night, which had a lot of information in me, and it took my focus. So anything else, it split. It split my focus, where it was like zzz, 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 and my emotions went zzz, 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 right? And so if I didn't action that first or get it to a point to align it, I would never get down. I would never be in a place to even get ready the camper and the trailer and the packing and all of those things, because it's like I'm not fully there. I'm not present. I'm in many timelines. I'm living them consciously at the one time. And so with that, I pulled it together, and it was nowhere near what I thought it was. It was nothing. It was totally fine. But because my focus was pulled and I didn't honor that in that moment, it glitched other things. So when you are in that follow one course until successful in your focus, there is a mastery in okay, in order to do that, you've got that in your sights. That's the aspect that you wanted to focus on, whether it's a way of being, whether it's again, a project, whether it's something that you're birthing into life, whether it's a new way that you want to be in relationships, whether it's a new habit or behavior, a new way of eating, it doesn't really matter. Know that because everything's part of everything, right? We're all connected. Everything's connected. That thing may have cords and strings of attachment to other aspects, which will free it and give that then space to breathe. So what are the things that you get to look at and focus upon in order for that core thing to have the space to breathe? Because while they're around it, for example, the message that I needed to send, which was actually a delightful message, our trip was not being able to breathe. It couldn't breathe. And then my control came over it, which tightened it even more. Yeah. So watch that. And this is a nuance, and it's exciting to master, and you will notice it shifting. It's exciting to master that nuance of, oh, pulled, boom, action, done, zzz, boom, great. Yeah. Like, so come from the space of mastery. Know you've got this. You already know all of the things. Know what your energetic body, your spiritual body, your physical body requires moment by moment in each new now in order to be able to focus and have space, have the spaciousness and the breath. And with that, the flex in it is key. So we've talked again, like we've touched upon this, and I know we all look at this, is when do you need to activate superhuman mode and when is it absolute peace? That flex of styles, the flex to different archetypes, to different aspects of self, calling that forth. That's also part of focus, to be fully in that next version of what this moment requires in order to set up that future now moment, which is already existing in the now. So focus, follow one course until successful. Know the elements that pull. Close them. Do it gently. And know that it's actually already done. You're already someone who does focus. You already have that. Just might need a little bit of spring cleaning in your mind, in your perceptions, in the energetic. And so breathe the master in. Breathe through your master. You already are a master of your own life, a master of this moment, a master of possibility, of manifestation, of curiosity, of wonderment. Mastery, focus, breath, and spaciousness. Not from the doing mode, from the being mode. Enjoy this play and contemplation.